what is the difference between this and this? Both versions were the exact same chords, but the second example used chord inversions to make it sound beautiful, and it used chord inversions for a specific way. So in this video, we're going to look at what are chord inversions, can you decide when to use them, and how can you make them sound beautiful. So let's dive into it. Hi, let me introduce myself really fast. If you don't know me, my name is Matt Hodge, and for the last 15 years, I've been a music professor and a professional piano player and a private piano coach, and I love helping people on their piano journey. Now, I'll also say we'll be talking about chords a lot in this video, so if you need help with that, go to the video description below and download my free PDF that I've built for you all. My audience is totally free. It's called The Ultimate Intro Guide to Piano. It's 30 pages long. It's a big booklet that I give you so much information about chords and key signatures and colorful charts and all the fun stuff that can help you on your journey, and especially with stuff I'm going to show you in this video. So make sure you go to the video description below, go to that link to download that free resource for you, okay? Now, the first thing we need to do is establish chords. So what I'm going to show you will work with any chord, but just to use a few chords as examples for this video. So I chose E flat major. So the basic chord, the basic notes of an E flat major chord are E flat, G, B flat. Then I have a G minor chord. So that's G, B flat, D. I have a C minor chord, C, E flat, G. And then in the pattern I'm going to teach you, we go back to G minor. So it's 4 chords. It's a 4-chord pattern, but there's really only 3 different chords. E flat major, G minor, and C minor. Now, what are chord inversions? In essence, chord inversions just means, how do I play the notes of a chord? So for example, E flat major. How do I play those 3 notes, but I play them in a different order? There's a different note on top and on bottom. So, for example, if I have E flat, G, B flat as the notes of an E flat major chord, I could do that. That's an inversion, where you put the middle note of the chord on the bottom. When you do that, we call that a first inversion. So when you play a chord, the normal way, the way you know it to be played, where it's E flat major chord and E flat's on the bottom, we call that the root position. So technically this is an E flat in root position, E flat major. Then this is a first inversion. So we took the middle note from it and we put that on the bottom. Then a second inversion would be this, where you take the top note of the major scale, of the major chord, and you put that on the bottom. So it's just about rearranging the chords. So in E flat major chord, I'm still playing E flat, G, B flat, but I've changed the order. Now, when would you want to do this? How do you know when you want to use chord inversions? Well, there's a lot of different reasons, but one big reason is when you're trying to keep in mind, well, what note do you want on top? What note do you want heard as the melody note, or it sounds like the melody note? Because our human ears are programmed to just hear subconsciously whatever the highest note being played is, that's what you will hear as the melody note. So if I play an E flat major chord like this, and I always play E flat major chord this way in root position, well, that means that B flat is always what I'm going to hear as the melody note. But what if I don't want B flat as the melody note? What if I want E flat as the melody note? Well, then I make it an inversion. Or same thing if I want G as my melody note, I make it an inversion. So I'm going to show you a pattern. Now here's how I came up with this pattern and how we're going to create the chord inversions. I chose this note, which is in all three of the chords. So I'm making this a common melody note. A G is in E flat major chord. A G is also in a G minor chord. And a G is also in a C minor chord. Now, the trick I played for myself is the G is my melody note every single time. So if I constantly want G to be the top note the whole time, then I may have to make some of the chords an inversion to make that work. So for example, my first chord, E flat major, well, if I put that in root position, I can't have G as my melody note. G's on the bottom. So if I want G in the middle, I got to put the other two notes, G on top, I got to put the other two notes below it. So E flat and then B flat down here. And then the second chord I chose is C minor. Second chord we're going to go G minor. So if I want G on top, I have to put the other two notes, the B flat and D, below it. So now we have a G minor in an inversion. So we have an E flat major, technically it's second inversion because the top note of an E flat major scale, that B flat, is on the bottom. And then I have a first inversion of a G minor chord because for G to be on top, then I have B flat on the bottom, the middle note of a G minor chord. Then the next chord is C minor. Now I want G on top. Now look, we do get to have C in root position because G is on top for that. So we get to play C minor the normal way. And then we're going to go back to G minor again. So the fourth chord was just like the second chord. So we have E flat major as an inversion, G minor as an inversion, C minor, not an inversion, G minor, again as an inversion. So when you play that, hear how that's constantly making the G be what you hear as the melody note, the top note. Right? That's a very different sound if I was then to play all those chords in root position. That's a very different sound. Doing it this way forces you to emphasize that G. Now, once you have come up with something like this, where you are trying to play chords in inversions, then a way to start to make it beautiful is to add both hands and to try to add different rhythms. So I'm going to show you different ways to do this. I'll show you a beginner level way, an intermediate level way, and an advanced level way. Okay, so beginner level would be just your right hand. So just one hand, your right hand playing the chords in inversions. Very beginner would just be being able to play the chords in the inversions. Now also notice another nice byproduct of an inversion. Look, my hand is not having to bounce up and down a lot either. Making the inversions allow my hand to not move as much, which is another great reason to use inversions at times. Now, another level of beginner is making those an arpeggio. An arpeggio means instead of playing all the notes of a chord at the same time, you play them one at a time. Right? Now, to make it interesting, we often play arpeggios starting low and then going up. So to make it interesting for this one, let's do the opposite. Let's start up and go down. So if we do that, let's say you go through each chord like that twice. So you have the E flat major, the G minor, the C minor, and the G minor. And you hold the pedal down to make it beautiful. You hold the pedal down for each chord, and then you lift your foot up off the pedal and push the pedal back down when it's a new chord. So pedal, 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 pedal. Now intermediate level is in the left hand, play those exact same chords in that same inversion. But for intermediate, you can just play the chord. So the left hand's just playing the notes together while the right hand does the arpeggio. An advanced level is have the left hand also do arpeggios, but instead of them being the same rhythm, instead, give yourself a fun challenge. Have the left hand do the arpeggios starting up and then down, and that they're twice as slow. So if the right hand is going, have the left hand go twice as slow. So it's one left hand note for every 2 right hand notes. It's a fun way to do it. And then notice whatever level we were at, beginner, intermediate, or advanced, we're still trying to play it like a human, right? A computer would play it like this. We don't want that. We want that pedal. We want a soft touch. Play it softly. Try to play it beautifully. You can let it sort of get louder, get softer, get slower, get faster. Try to put a human emotion into it. All right? Even when you practice chords, you can turn them into beautiful music, okay? So let me know in the comments how you did with this, all right? Whatever level you're at, I love chatting with you all in the comments. I read every comment. I try to reply to each comment. Again, download that document that I created for you, the Ultimate Intro Guide to Piano. The link is in the video description below, because you can also use that document to have fun experimenting, choosing different chords. Choose a key signature and then choose different chords from that key signature, because that means they'll sound good together. And try practicing just different ways to do inversions. It's a way to make chords really beautiful and elevate them. Okay, so definitely download that for free. You'll also see in the video description below a link to my website, matthodgemusic.com, where you can get information about taking a virtual piano lesson with me. Every single week, I do several virtual one-on-one piano lessons with my YouTube viewers, so I love that. Whatever your age or experience level, I'm here to help you, okay? You can do one lesson, you can do multiple lessons, up to you. You'll also find information on my website about my new course I just launched that I'm very excited about. It's called Basic to Beautiful, where I take you from literally the beginnings, basics of playing piano, all the way through playing beautiful music with confidence, and how you make that journey. I've already had several people send me lovely, heartwarming messages about how they're loving the course. So all the information is on that website, matthodgemusic.com. The link is in the video description below. Also, if you'd like access to more exclusive videos and downloadable lead sheets, you can click join, the big join button below, and you can join my YouTube channel as a member. It's totally optional, but members get access to exclusive videos and downloadable lead sheets, and I break down songs for you, songs that people love to play. So a lot of exclusive content. If you'd like to help support the channel, every penny goes to helping to support and produce the channel, and the channel membership is very cheap. So totally optional if you'd like to do that. Make sure you do all the fun YouTube stuff. Click like, subscribe, all that great stuff. I'll chat with you in the comments, and let's keep this piano party going, okay? I want you to click on the video showing up on your screen now, where I show you even more beautiful stuff you can do at the piano. Okay, my friends, I'll see you over there, and until next time, keep making music.